Shout out to LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Salute the LTTV in the building, man.
Shout out to brother LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Nobody's LT, and I'm certainly not implying that.
Shout out to LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Salute the LTTV in the building, man.
Shout out to brother LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Nobody's LT, and I'm certainly not implying that.
LT cooking your ass.
If y'all want to keep up with the news and just shit be going on, subscribe to LTTV. That nigga know everything about everything. I ain't gonna lie.
Is it a coincidence that the city of Wilmington is trying to sell properties that we own and have been working on continuously behind our backs?
I've been too transparent. Every time I come up, I tell you where we at, what problems we got, you know what I mean, how much more money we need, this is what we're going through. In fact, I think I've been too transparent.
They were going to sell our schools behind our backs. They didn't even tell us that they were going to try to sell our schools. We received no notice in the mail.
Very few people have only donated one time. These people who are questioning me, they've never donated at all, ain't got children going to the school, don't live nowhere near Wilmington, Delaware.
So brothers and sisters, I'm going to meet with my team, and we're going to decide if we're going to go ahead and have this protest. And it ain't going to be one. We're going to do multiple protests. And we're going to invite our donors and supporters from across the state of Delaware, our donors and supporters across the United States.
I'm not interested in people. I'm interested in donors, brother.
Yeah, but in order for you to get donors, though, you're gonna have to satisfy these. Yes, brother. And how are you gonna get donors if you don't if I'm
disagree with you?
Listen. If I'm considering to be a donor, but I have certain questions that I want answered, I feel like that's legitimate.
Can I tell you why that's bullshit?
Mississippi Africans in Hattiesburg on Saturday, August the 30th. Mobile, Alabama. Where you at? Where my Alabama Africans at? I don't care if you Birmingham.
Nigga, you gotta go. The fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, LTTV, Blunt Talk with LT, back at it with another video. All right, let's get right into this one. Okay, so Umar Johnson is steady playing the victim right now. He's acting surprised like he didn't know he needed to pay his damn bills. Bro skipped out on a $50 registration fee. Like, what are all these donations for, sir? This is incredibly sad. This is so pathetic. I'm going to enjoy every minute of reacting to this. Let's get into this. Now, watch how he plays the victim. He frames himself as a victim. And we have Charlemagne on another podcast caping for this guy, telling the tallest tales of all time. This is why the Breakfast Club, y'all are liable for for lawsuits as well, because this is getting real bad. All right, so let me fill y'all in if y'all didn't watch the last interview we had, I had with Malik Muhammad. He called in during the last live stream. If you haven't seen that stream, it was very informative. You might want to go back to watch that stream before entering this stream, because you'll be very informed coming into this stream, fully knowledgeable of what's going on with Umar Johnson and his scam. Because if you're new to this, you might be gaslit by people like Charlemagne, acting like there's progress. And Malik Muhammad spoke about the illusion of progression, just always showing some bullshit to people that are casually not paying attention to this. But Umar Johnson speaks about having repeat donors. He's not interested in finessing other people because he has a bunch of victims in his bag already. But let's get into this, chat. We have a lot to react to, so I'm not going to go on a long diatribe. Let's get into this.
I don't care if you Montgomery. I don't care if you in Selma. I better see you in Mobile, Alabama for the Africatown Community Festival on Sunday, August the 31st. I better see you in Mobile, Alabama for the Africatown Community Festival on Sunday, August the 31st.
Now, he's received notice that his school will be sold in an auction if he doesn't pay his bills that are upwards of, they're just under $40,000 right now, $38,000 and change that he has not paid. So his school is being up for auction. The city's going to sell his school. He's not paying his bills. And he's acting like a victim, like he hasn't had plenty notice, like he hasn't had many years to pay these fees.
Special announcement. FDMG Academy bank accounts are still frozen. FDMG Academy bank accounts are still frozen.
We don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
Doesn't matter how many times you repeat it, sir. It doesn't make it more significant in our minds.
Dr. Umar personal bank account is still frozen. Dr. Umar personal bank account is still frozen. Brothers and sisters, we are fighting this war against FDMG and Dr. Umar Tunde.
Now, he's framing it as if he is some sort of special victim. We are fighting this war. Like, no, you're not fighting a war. You didn't pay your bills, sir. You're not handling your business. It's literally that simple. You're stealing donors' money and you're not doing anything with it. You're enriching yourself and trying to be a celebrity.
We are fighting this war against FDMG and Dr. Umar Tunde. We were supposed to get a refund within 4 days of our accounts being shut down. We were supposed to get a refund within 4 days of our accounts being shut down. We still haven't got our refund. We still haven't got our refund. We still haven't got our refund.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Everything he's saying is absolute fabrications.
So, not only are the accounts frozen, make sure y'all hit my Venmo and my PayPal. PayPal.me/Umar the Psychologist. PayPal.me/Umar the Psychologist, or tap my Venmo. Text me for the links to donate to FDMG. Text me for the links to support Dr. Umar. 215-989-9858. 215-989-9858. On August the 5th, brothers and sisters, on August the 5th, the city of Wilmington, Delaware, took out a notice to auction off the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy campus for unpaid vacant property registration fees. I repeat, on August the 5th, the city of Wilmington, Delaware, took out a lien to auction off the campus we bought, the campus we've been working on for 6.5 years.
Lennon Honor pulled up on his live stream last night the record or the where you actually pay for the registration fee and how much it actually is, and it was $50. He failed to pay a $50 fee.
I was not notified of this. We were not notified of this. This past weekend, without an email. This past weekend, without a letter in the mail. This past weekend, without a phone call. The city of Wilmington put a notice on the door handle of both of our schools, informing me that if we don't pay the past due vacant property registration fees and out.
Now, as you can see on the screen, it says cap. And the reason why it says cap, because he had to admit to being knowledgeable of this event happening because YouTubers already got to the building, took pictures of the post on the door and reported on it. So he had to do all sorts of damage control. He knew he didn't pay these fees for years. They may have been getting in contact with him. We wouldn't know that because we don't have access to his email accounts. But he knows he owes for these fees. He has not been paying his maintenance bills. He has not been paying anything.
Standing utilities by the 25th.
Let me pull this back a little bit.
We don't pay the past due vacant property registration fees and outstanding utilities by the 25th of Black August, they will sell our campus. Brothers and sisters, can I ask you a question? Why were we not notified that they were going to try to sell our campus? Brothers and sisters, why are they trying to sell our campus at the very moment that our accounts are frozen? Brothers and sisters, is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence that the city of Wilmington is trying to sell properties that we own and have been working on continuously behind our backs? They were going to sell our schools behind our backs. They didn't even tell us that they were going to try to sell our schools.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Now, sir, you have 20 days. You have 20 days. You received the notice. We all know it. We're all reporting on it. What are you talking about? You're playing the victim. Even if you didn't get the emails that you're saying that never came and they slapped that notice there, you knew for years that you owed these fees. That vacant registration fee was due for years. You've been vacant for years. And it gets worse every 5 years. I got to get the breakdown on it because it gets real bad if you don't pay your damn bills. It just compounds and gets way worse. This guy is an idiot, man.
We received no notice in the mail. We received no notice by email. We received no phone calls at all that they were going to try to sell our schools. Instead, they put a notice on the door handle.
Now, everything we learned about nonprofits yesterday, he raised $1.2 million in a nonprofit. He can't be spending the nonprofit organization. You can't just be spending it on whatever the fuck you want to spend it on unless you pay yourself a salary. Now, $1.2 million. Some reports are at 1.6. You spend anywhere between $250,000 to $400,000 on the school. You have not done anything to maintain it or put any money into the infrastructure of the school. You didn't pay any of your bills, any of the fees. Where's the money at, bruh? You're talking about sealed accounts and locked accounts. You're making all sorts of convenient excuses to finesse personal money. Personal money, because hold up, we're gonna timestamp this is 6:02. We got to get into something very important because this is where his buddy Charlemagne. Watch this, man.
Account is frozen. My personal account is also frozen. That means we're going to lapse on our utility bills. We're going to lapse on our internet bill. We're going to lapse on a lot of our bills at FDMG. The bank is not giving me a timeline as to when the situation is going to be resolved.
What was that?
Let me tell you something. That video right there should prove to people that Dr. Umar is exactly who he's always claimed to be.
Now, I don't know how Charlemagne comes to that conclusion after seeing that video, but watch the mental gymnastics in full effect while Andrew Schultz next to him gets a full weave install. I don't know what the hell's going on their show, but this nigga's shaving his legs and this nigga's getting a weave done.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Because Dr. Umar has never asked.
I need y'all to see this. I need y'all to see this.
What the hell
You see these two white women installing extensions. I don't know what the hell's going on, but something's going on there. All right, let's get back to the main topic of the story. Charlemagne caping for Dr. Umar Johnson, and just, what is this, man? Filthy work.
Should prove to people that Dr. Umar is exactly who he's always claimed to be. Because Dr. Umar has never asked anybody for a personal dollar. People always think that when he's asking for donations, he's doing it for selfish reasons, but the school is in Delaware. Like, we can't sit here and act like that school is not in Delaware. We can't sit here and act like, you know, he hasn't shown us all the renovation.
It's exactly what Lennon Honor and Malik Muhammad were talking about, the illusion of progress. This motherfucker is so full of shit, and he has his little minions running these bullshit-ass stories to finesse folks out of their money. Yeah, I can't believe this shit. This is pathetic, Charlemagne. This was 4 days ago. Shout out to Nightjade with was it Chat Pass membership? Shout out to Nightjade. Oh, that's 18 months of membership. I thought she was a new member. I'm like, what the hell? We lost Nightjade? But yeah, shout out to Nightjade with the 18 months of loyalty, year and a half. Let's get it. Shout out to Tara Lester joining the LTTV squad. I'm butchering my own name. What the hell's going on?
Renovations he's done on the school. I think, you know.
So what's that have to do with his personal finances?
He said they froze his account.
What's that got to do with the school?
He says that he's paying all those bills through his personal account.
Well, that's not how you run a school.
That is absolutely not how you run a nonprofit.
Oh, Chris, don't, you know, you're asking too many, your Adderall's kicking in. You're asking the real questions.
So maybe that's
I believe him.
So maybe that's the thing. Maybe Dr. Umar just hasn't been up on his business the way he should have been all of these years.
I think that could be
I just don't think Dr. Umar would get out there and personally ask for money if he was using that money for personal reasons. If he was using the money he was getting for schools for personal reasons, even if his account was frozen, he wouldn't get online and expose himself like this and ask for actual money and tell everybody, hey, my accounts are...
Have you not been paying attention to Dr. Umar Johnson's antics for the past several months, several years at this point? What is this guy talking about? This guy's going back and forth with YouTubian struggle streamers, going back and forth with his baby mothers, going back and forth with his daughter, going back and forth with the alleged throat goat. What are we talking about, bruh? He was talking about her coochie smells like all sorts of fish in the aquarium. This guy's a complete crash out, a certified crash out, a victim, unaccountable. Are we speaking about the same character?
Frozen.
I believe him, man. I believe him.
I believe him too. I believe him.
Dr. Umar, I got a...
See, what Andrew Schultz is doing is being very disrespectful, very condescending, very underhanded, very slick, very weaselly.
I'm getting rich.
He doesn't believe him at all. He's patronizing him. He's being very disrespectful. Shout out to the Informant Media with the 22 months membership.
Charity paddle tournament with your name on it. Just talked to me. I got a charity paddle tournament.
Think he knows how to play paddle?
With your name on it, if you talk to me. I got a charity paddle tournament with your name on it if you talk to me, okay? The Prince of Pan-Africanism can be playing a Cheryl Paddle tournament with your name on it if you talk to me. It's very simple. It's that simple. It's very simple.
Just pay him. He always said he'd do an interview with you if you pay him.
I'm the Prince of Pan-Capitalism. So I have a charity paddle tournament with your name on it if you come talk to me. I don't know. I agree with Charlemagne. Like, usually I'm the most cynical, skeptical person on the planet, but like there's something about this that I just believe.
Like, yo, Schultz is being very disrespectful at this point. He is being very disrespectful. Shout out to the Informant Media with the $1.99, $2. Why did I say $1.99? Oh! Shout out to the Informant Media with the $2 super chat.
Donations.
I guess he wanted to say this. The Informant Media just wanted to show that he's been riding longer than me. Stick together. Holy, whoa. Hold up, chat. Hey, yo, what the hell's going on with these drops? Please save me.
Stick together.
Mm-hmm.
Pause. Knows he can have it. Pause. You see what I do when I got the rock. Pause.
Let me just put this in real quick.
This is Daniel, by the way.
I don't know what to tell you.
Dr. Umar would not get online and tell people, I don't have any money personally coming in right now. My accounts are
Because
frozen.
if he was muddying them, he would just say, give me more donations.
Yes.
But this one, he's not saying give donations to the school. He's saying give us personal donations. What Chris brings up, which I think is a good point, which is if you're worried about paying the things for the school, then you could just ask for more donations while the accounts became unfrozen.
Well, Chris is saying he shouldn't be using that money for personal expenses anyway. That's what you're saying.
Yes, because then it gets a little money.
You can't run a school through your personal bank account.
Well, yeah, a white man would say that.
Do you see this shit? This is unbelievably disrespectful. Like,
Hold on now.
But
Maybe
that's
I'm
how we got into that's how we got into this problem in the first place. The white man separating bank accounts.
Hold
Why
on.
don't you let the Prince of Pan-Africanism have his own bank
Hold on,
accounts and do his own business?
I think we might be off a little bit on this. He's saying that his accounts for his school are frozen, but his personal.
He said hacking to my personal.
bro, how y'all playing in folks' face like this? The school is up for auction. He's saying the accounts are frozen. He doesn't know when they're going to be unfrozen. There's no no sign inside, or there's no sign of it being unfrozen inside. He's asking for personal money because he needs to pay bills. He needs to basically just facilitate his life. His I don't even know if he has a home. I'm about to say rent and mortgage, and it's like I don't even. He needs the money to facilitate his own life. All right. So he can't possibly take the donations from the PayPal after his account for his school is frozen and take that to save his school. Because that's personal spending. That's not out of the business account. That's not out of the school account. He can't do that. So he's soliciting money for himself at this point. The school's done. The school's being sold.
Personal account.
Someone's trying to hack into my personal account, and now he's saying,
okay,
so we're not going to be able to pay the utilities
bill, and stuff like that.
Which Chris is saying those things shouldn't be in your personal account. They
should
do
do it.
Now, it is possible that maybe he misspoke and that his school account is also being hacked. Maybe all the accounts are under
I thought
attack.
he said that. So where are we sending money to then?
You sent it to his cell phone, according to that video.
You're asking too many questions, bro. You sound like the cops. You sound like the feds over here. You're asking too many questions, okay? The guy has...
Now, see, Andrew Schultz is making it incredibly obvious that Umar is full of shit. And who the fuck is buying this? Because once you start asking questions and diving deeper, it's like everything unravels.
No sons. The school is not for his personal benefit. He has no sons. He only has daughters. So he's asking for money so the school can stay open for all the sons that do need that education.
I think Dr. Umar is doing something right now that he has not really done, which is ask for help. And the critique that I've heard from people about his school was that he would simply just ask for help and assistance. He could be further along and he could get accredited, but I think he really wants to do this on his own.
But the problem with asking for help and assistance is now somebody...
Yeah, that brother's starving.
He's been asking for help and assistance the entire time. The way he wants help and assistance is donations, no questions, no input, no strategy, no board members, nothing. He just wants donations, donations, donations. Have you not heard this motherfucker? Have y'all not heard him?
Donations. 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 Gifts. Gifts. Gifts.
else has influence over what you teach and educates. And
which is why he wants to do it all on his own.
I don't blame anybody who wants to do something all on their own, but this, I guess...
Lies. He wants nobody looking into the books or any of the details. He wants to finesse the same donors. That's why he's like, oh, you're asking too many questions. I don't want you. I'm not looking for people. I'm looking for donors. Let's get into this. Oh, we have 3 minutes of this bullshit left? God damn it.
The advice that maybe Chris is saying is that there are certain measures that you should take to separate the finances from the school from your personal ones so you're not in this type of precarious situation.
Yes. But I also do think, I don't think he's scamming nobody right here. I really believe he's in the situation he's in. Dr. Umar would not make a video like this and expose himself like this if he wasn't telling the truth.
Get him out of here. He's got no place in here. Get rid of him. Okay.
Charlemagne doubling down, dying on this hill, dying on this cliff of being a Dr. Umar supporter, saying this is not a scam. Bro, this is on record. This is you, bro. This is you.
I've seen him do it.
I implicitly believe everything Dr. Umar says. I think it's one of the things that Dr. Umar and I often miss is he believes that I don't believe him, which is wrong. I believe him. And I also find him to be incredibly entertaining and one of the best orators of our time.
He is, and yeah, I had people hitting me up wanting to help Dr. Umar. Like, so, yeah, like, there are a lot of people who believe Dr. Umar. I believe him in this instance. Like, I don't think Dr. Umar is lying in any way, shape, or form. I do wonder why. I didn't know they freeze your accounts because somebody's trying to hack them. I didn't know they freeze them permanently.
Yeah,
they don't. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't do it permanently.
This was very bizarre to me. I got to be honest.
Yeah, it's not a great look. Let's just call it what it is. But Charlemagne and I think we're seeing through it. I think we're seeing through it. We're not going to be cynics and skeptics here. We're seeing a man who's trying to do good in the world, and we're believing him and taking him at his word.
Yeah, if his accounts are frozen permanently, there's a bigger issue going on.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I think I know what that bigger issue is, but I don't want to just speculate and put it out there.
I think I know where you're going, and I hope that that's not the case.
Yeah. I hope that's not the case too. But
white women?
No, man.
They have been known to freeze accounts for white women. If he's bunny hopping, they will freeze that account immediately. He could be snow bunny hopping.
Yeah, I mean, he'll be back on Breakfast Club soon. I mean, these are questions I definitely want to ask him. I just was thinking about even like, when you're asking for money.
Oh, so he's going to be back on the Breakfast Club soon to promote more fuckery and more scams. You're going to give him softball questions and believe everything he says when they're obvious fabrications. It's yikes.
For donations for a school, and he is putting that money into the school. The school exists in Delaware. You can see it. It's online. You can go there if you want to.
Yeah, it's up for auction. Folks went around the school many times, seen the mold all over the walls, all over the exterior. Can't hide that. He could paint over it however many times he wants. It just keeps popping through.
Who's been vandalized on. He's actually putting the money in the school.
Is there a building or is there a school?
It's a building. But that's my point. It's a building. But
it's not.
But it's not accredited. Yeah, it's not accredited as a school yet. It doesn't have the certification and everything yet. But that's my point. It's like, what does that look like on your taxes? Like, how do you write that off? What do you say that is what I'm saying.
Also, depending on like what he's teaching, he might not be able to be an accredited institution, and maybe that's what he wants. Like,
Bro, he's not ever getting the school up. He can't even pay the basic maintenance fees. How is he paying a staff? How is he paying a bunch of teachers their salary yearly, annually, maintenance folks, principal? How's he even running the damn school? He can't even pay the basic registration fee. Bro missed out on a $50 charge and that grew. This nigga is he's
not adhering to the standard of accreditation. Maybe he's like, yeah, that's the point. I want to teach history in a different way. I want to educate these kids in a different way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just wonder how the business of that works out on your taxes.
I heard, and this could be a complete rumor, but I heard that he spent the remaining money as accounts on American Eagle jeans.
Shut the fuck up, man.
That's what I heard. And that could be a vicious, disgusting rumor on the internet, but I heard that he spent the remaining money in his accounts on American Eagle jeans.
All right.
With due respect, shut the hell up.
Let's get back into what we're really here for.
Is it Douglas and Marcus? Our school no letter in the mail, not on this work, but YouTube instead they put a notice on the door handle. Somebody stole one set of notifications and sent it to the YouTubian struggle streamers.
Crying to me, and I'm not having
Someone stole a set of the notifications and sent it to the YouTubian struggle streamers. That's why you jumped up and did damage control, because you damn well knew you needed to pay your bills. For years, you've gotten many notices from the city via email, via call, via notice directly on your door, and now you're playing the victim. Oh, they sent it to YouTubian struggle streamers. Yeah, so we're outing your finesse and your scam. You keep running up a tab on the same old donors that were dumb enough to spend money without investigating you in the first place and asking to see books. asking to see anything. They just blindly donated. And the second somebody pushes back, you block them. You call them a hater. You call them a YouTubian struggle streamer.
Somebody stole the Frederick Douglass High School paperwork off the front door and sent it to the struggle streamers. But luckily for us, Sister Ra Ebony was able to get the paperwork off the Marcus Garvey School before the haters stole that paperwork. I believe, brothers and sisters, and please let me know your opinion. I believe, brothers and sisters, and please let me know your opinion. I believe, brothers and sisters, and please let me know your opinion. I believe that they were going to sell the school, and they wanted to sell the school before we found out.
I believe you a victim.
Who was on crack?
And folks need a...
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
It's facts. Night Jade said it right there. He calls us YouTubian struggle streamers streaming from his car constantly, or the great outdoors bros out there in the wilderness while we're in these studios. Like, come on, man.
I believe that they wanted to sell the school before we found out. We were not supposed to know that they were going to sell our school. Why do I say that? We were given no notification. We received no letter in the mail.
Bro, you still have 20 days to pay your bills.
We received no email. We received no phone call that they were going to try to sell our schools. Instead, they put a notice on the door. In a low-income neighborhood, they put a notice on the door with rubber band and masking tape.
Okay, so now they put notice on the door in a low-income neighborhood.
You're a victim.
Here we go, CSI.
Bro, no one told you to put your school in a low-income neighborhood so you can play the victim at every angle. You did this to yourself, bruh.
They put a notice on the school front door with a rubber band and masking tape. Brothers and sisters, it gets worse. Back in April, when I found out about the overdue vacant property registration fees.
Oh, so here's an admission that you found out about the overdue vacant registration fees in April. So you had April, May, June, July, and now we're in August to pay those damn bills. But you found out about them when you first registered, or when you were supposed to register the school and pay for it, or pay for the fees, because you had it vacant forever. You were never planning on occupying that damn school.
I had asked the city of Wilmington if they could retroactively apply our nonprofit waiver.
Bro, 7 years later?
According to the nonprofit waiver for the city of Wilmington, if you are a nonprofit organization, they will waive your vacant property registration fees for 4 years. If you are a nonprofit organization in the city of Wilmington, they will waive your nonprofit vacant property registration fees for 4 years. If they would have applied our nonprofit vacant property registration waiver, we would owe absolutely nothing.
You realize the initial registration fee was $50, sir. It's exactly like taking a parking ticket off of someone's car.
We would owe absolutely nothing. We would owe absolutely nothing. But I asked them.
Actually, a parking ticket's more wait, all right, I don't know if you're comparing it to that, because I just realized parking ticket's more expensive out here, but damn.
And they ignored my emails for 4 months. They ignored my phone calls for 4 months. They ignored our emails for 4 months.
So pay your fucking... They didn't waive the fee. They didn't waive the fee because you try to retroactively get the fee waived when you were supposed to pay it initially. And you're paying it annually because every damn year you're paying a vacant occupancy fee. So this motherfucker be lying.
They ignored our phone calls for 4 months, and instead, the first time I hear from them since April, The first time I hear from them since contacting them April, asking them to apply our vacant property registration fee waiver to the past 4 years so we would owe absolutely nothing, they ignored me since April.
So simply pay the fees from the $1.2 million or allegedly up to $1.6 million that you received from your donations, from your donors. That simple, buddy. That simple. Shout out to A Lady747 with the $10 super chat. See, I'm gonna need a new super chat noise, man. This shit gotta go, man.
Donations.
Shout out to A Lady747. I guess you got nothing to say, but shout out to you with the $10.
They ignored me since April. No phone call, no email, nothing in the postal mail since April. And the first thing we find out, the first time we hear from them since April, is a letter on the front door of the school, affixed with a rubber band and masking tape. A rubber band and masking tape. Brothers and sisters, giving us 20 days to pay these back taxes.
Yeah, I noticed everybody that's trying to leave an update for their membership or a super chat, there's no comments there. So the chat must be buzzed. I'm noticing that. I'm looking at this. I'm like, no comments. What the hell's going on? Interesting. I'll look into that.
We already paid $30,000 for water that we don't even use. We just paid $30,000 to the city of Wilmington for water that we don't even use. And now we got to pay another $30,000 for vacant property registration fees that we shouldn't even owe because we should have a waiver.
It's a total fabrication.
Now, if I stopped every time he lied, would be stopping this every few seconds, and it's getting stopped enough as it is. So this is pretty bad, man.
We should have a waiver. We should have a waiver. And it gets worse, brothers and sisters. It gets worse because they are raising the vacant property registration fee. They are raising
the breakdown.
The vacant property registration fee this fall from $5,000 a year to $12,000 a year. I'm going to say it again. They are raising the vacant property registration fee this fall from $5,000 a year to $12,000 a year.
See, we're just going to have to pull up Lennon Honor's video where he breaks down these lies and he breaks down how much it is per year and how much it goes to after you fail to pay it for certain years.
Brother,
he broke it all down. We're going to have to do it after this, following this.
Brothers and sisters, I want y'all to get ready for a protest. I want all FDMG donors and supporters to get ready for a protest. We may have to march on City Hall, brothers and sisters. We may have to march on City Hall because of the racism. I'm going to call it what it is, racism. Discriminatory.
Now, I don't know how many YouTubers predicted this. But it's on record. It's on record. Everybody right now is celebrating and laughing and be like, yo, we called it. We called it. They're popping bottles right now. They're like, they called it. I'm pretty sure Malik Muhammad called it yesterday on the show as well. He dropped a lot of information, a lot of gems. I'm pretty sure he called it as well. Who called it? Panda, with that Panda profile. I can't remember what that nigga's name is. He's like a ghost profile. He doesn't show his face. Man, so much people called it. Protest, racism, bruh. Are you... One more time, man.
I want all FDMG donors and supporters to get ready for a protest. We may have to march on City Hall, brothers and sisters.
Oh, yeah, we have that. Shout out to McNasty with the $7 super chat.
Perfect.
flat earther, one of the dumbest people in the community, Lord Jamar, offered him help a few years ago via Lord Jamar's father-in-law, who started up a school himself. Umar refused because he knew he was full of shit. Shout out to McNasty with the $7 super chat. Now, I have that. That's in the comp. We're going to react to that shortly because there's a lot of clips showing Umar's being full of shit. Being full of shit, refusing help because he doesn't want anybody to look into the books. He doesn't want anybody to look into the operation and see that there's no members on his board and it's just him stealing all the cash. So it's like,
we may have to march on City Hall because of the racism. I'm going to call it what it is, racism. Discriminatory treatment. Why did we get no...
LT checked him. LT said,
I'm not listening, nigga. I ain't listening to some bullshit ass lies. Motherfucking gaslighting the folks. What are we talking about out here? He had years to pay he had years to pay these bills, bruh. This man is a perpetual victim. The worst businessman of all time. Just chasing cheeks, bruh. Nasty bitch. I don't want to hear none of this shit. I don't want to hear any of it.
Notification that y'all were going to sell our schools. Why did you not respond to any of our emails to retroactively apply our vacant property registration fee waiver? I knew they didn't want Dr. Umar in Wilmington. I didn't know it was this bad. I knew that the power structure. I'm not talking about the brothers and sisters in the community. They love us. Shout out to our Wilmington, Delaware family.
Yes, I'm pretty sure Panda News was one of the few that predicted this. I know Lennon Honor 100% predicted this. I know Lennon Honor's been putting his foot on this nigga's neck forever. I know he 100% predicted this.
You're a victim.
There we go, CSI.
Shout out to our Wilmington, Delaware family. They love Dr. Umar and FDMG. I'm talking about the power structure of Wilmington, Delaware. We knew they didn't want us in that city, but we didn't know they would go this far as to ignore us for 4 months and try to sell the school behind our backs. I didn't know they would go this far.
Why would you try for 4 months to waive a registration fee that you know you needed to pay? And the funny thing about it is that's not the only thing that he was negligible in paying. There's many things. I got to pull up the entire breakdown of his utilities that he failed to pay. He's talking about he paid $30,000 for water he didn't use. I'm like, bro, whose fault is that? Open the damn school. And he failed to pay his water bill as well. So that was another tall tale. We're gonna get into all the details shortly after we're gonna consume the lies. We're gonna get perspective from different podcasts, and then we're gonna show all the details to prove that this nigga's just full of shit, and we're not entertaining this bullshit.
As to ignore us for 4 months and try to sell the school behind our backs. I didn't know they would go this far. To ignore us for 4 months and try to sell our schools that we've been working on for 6.5 years behind our backs. So brothers and sisters, this is what we're going to do. We're going to fight like hell to get our money from the bank. We're going to pay off this vacant property registration fee waiver. And we might still have a protest at City Hall because this is wrong, brothers and sisters. I have emailed the mayor. I have gotten no response. I have emailed the chief of staff. I have gotten no response. I have emailed the city council president. I have gotten no response. So brothers and sisters, I'm going to meet with my team and we're going to decide if we're going to go ahead and have this protest. And it ain't going to be one. We're going to do multiple protests. And we're going to invite our donors and supporters from across the state of Delaware, our donors and supporters across the United States, and our donors and supporters across the entire planet. We may have to march on Delaware to let them know that you don't treat black people like this.
Bro, stop with this racist shit. Stop with playing the race card. It has not. This is incredibly pathetic. This is incredibly pathetic. I don't think there's a lower moment available to react to than this. This is so fucking pathetic. Like, do you have no shame, sir? One individual doing everything humanly possibly wrong in business, facing many charges down the line. There's an impending doom around the corner. There's wire fraud, there's tax fraud, there's the improper setting up of a nonprofit while soliciting donations. You don't have a board. This is so bad. And we're supposed to donate because you are the worst scammer, worst businessman of all time? What did I say just now? We're supposed to march and protest because you're the worst businessman of all time? I want to identify everybody who's donated a significant amount to Dr. Umar Johnson just to laugh at these idiots and be like, what were you thinking? What were you thinking? What does it take to get money out of your pocket? A fancy speech? No questions allowed? No insights, no books, no breakdowns, no plan, nothing?
Because if I was white, I wouldn't have been treated like this.
Yo, if you don't get this nigga the fuck out of here, man. If you don't get this nigga the fuck out of here.
Donors and supporters across the entire planet, we may have to march on Delaware to let them know that you don't treat black people like this. Because if I was white, I wouldn't have been treated like this. If we were Asian, we wouldn't have been treated like this. If we were Arab, we wouldn't have been treated like this. If we were Jewish, we wouldn't have been treated like this. But we were treated like this because we were black. How dare you ignore us for 4 months and then put a sign on our door without even telling us that you're going to sell our properties? Brothers and sisters, why didn't we receive a certified letter?
Hit the like button, chat. Let's get these likes up, chat.
Why didn't we receive a certified?
Ah, shit. His name was Panda Press. So what did we say the first time? We're butchering the names out here. Oh, well, this is free promo anyway. Let's get it.
Letter? Why didn't we receive an email? Why didn't we receive a phone call? Oh, we not going to quit. We not going to give in. The only thing left on the elementary school is to lay down the tile. We're going to lay down this tile, and we're going to apply for our certificate of occupancy. We're going to lay down this tile, and we're going to apply for our certificate of occupancy. We're going to lay down this tile, and we're going to apply for our certificate of occupancy. And if we have trouble getting our inspection and certificate of occupancy, we will have to march. We will have to march. We might march anyway, brothers and sisters. We're not giving up. We're not giving up, brothers and sisters. We're not giving up. We need y'all to call the mayor of Wilmington, Delaware. We need y'all to call the mayor's chief of staff in Wilmington, Delaware. We need y'all to call the city council president of Wilmington, Delaware. We need y'all to call the commissioner of license and inspections of Wilmington, Delaware. We need y'all to call the vacant property office of Wilmington, Delaware, and demand that those unjust fees be removed from our account. Let them know that you are a donor of FDMG. Let them know you are
unjust fees.
A supporter of FDMG. And let them know that if this situation is not rectified, we will march on the city and we will sue the city of Wilmington, Delaware. We will sue the city of Wilmington, Delaware for racism and discriminatory.
Bro, nobody's marching with you. Your donors are setting up for a class action. They're not calling the city of Wilmington. It's not happening, bro. This guy, he's so unaccountable. He's doing this mental gymnastics thing, and he thinks that other people are following along with him. His major supporters, the biggest, most vocal people on YouTube that support him, turned against him. And they're vocally exposing all the things that he's done. His ex is calling him out. His baby mother's calling him out. His daughter's calling him out. Everyone close to him's calling him out. The only person that's dying on the cliff is Charlemagne, and he's ruining his credibility. Charlemagne's going out incredibly sad. Incredibly sad. He acts like folks do not have the details as it relates to this guy's school. And he thinks everyone buys everything off the Breakfast Club. This is incredible.
Treatment. If you need to reach me, 215-989-9858, text message only. 215-989-9858, text message only. 215-989-9858, text message only. This is your brother, Dr. Umar Tunde, letting you know that I'm still standing for black people. I'm still riding for black boys, and we will open the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. No racism from the city of Wilmington will stop us. No sabotage from the city of Wilmington will stop us. Tomorrow morning, get on your telephone and call the mayor. Tomorrow morning, get on your telephone and call the mayor's chief of staff. Tomorrow morning, get on your telephone and call the commissioner for license and inspections.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Tomorrow morning, call the city council president of Wilmington and ask them, why was Dr. Umar in FDMG ignored for 4 months when he was trying to rectify this problem? Why was Dr. Umar in FDMG Academy ignored for 4 months while he was trying to rectify this problem?
Do you understand, Dr. Umar? You still have 20 days to rectify this problem. You simply have to pay your outstanding fees and your bills of $38,000. Now, there's other reports saying that and suggesting that you owe $72,000, but that's not in relation to the closure and the auction of your school. You could prevent this auction with a mere $38,000 out of the $1.2 million you collected in donations, unless you fumbled the bag, sir. Unless you fumbled the bag. Talking about these black boys need to be educated. All you're doing is targeting black women now. Them black boys are full of grown adults. So you're going to have to inspire a new generation of folks that believe in your vision to be taught in a school in an impoverished neighborhood, as you say, in Wilmington, Delaware. The school is a front. Letting honor in these folks, they're 100% right. It's a front for an illusion of progress, so we can finesse, and finesse. But the state's done with his ass. They're selling the school. He's not going to prevent it because he doesn't have the money. School sold as far as I'm concerned.
Brothers and sisters, they could have simply told us no. Brothers and sisters, they could have simply told us no. Brothers and sisters, they could have simply told us no. We will not retroactively apply your vacant property registration fee waiver. No problem. We could have got a payment plan. No problem. We could have got a payment plan. No problem. We could have got a payment plan. But instead of responding to me the first week of April, instead of responding to me the first week of April, instead of responding to me the first week of April, they ignore us for 4 months and put a sign on our door this past weekend. They ignore us for 4 months and put a sign on our door this past weekend saying we're going to sell these schools if you don't pay our money. We're not going to email you. We're not going to send you a letter in the mail. We're not going to call you. We're going to put a letter on your door that somebody can take and run off with, as somebody did. They took the letter off the high school and sent it to YouTube, the struggle streamers. What if they took the letter off the elementary school? What if they took the letter off the elementary school? What if they took the letter off the elementary school? Brothers and sisters, we need your donation so we can pay this bill.
Shut your bitch ass up before I get to talking shit about you.
I cannot listen. I start tuning out. When he starts repeating himself several times and can't get through a damn paragraph, I literally start tuning out. Like, ain't nobody trying to hear this shit, bro. Like, come on, man. Get through a damn sentence.
They say we owe $20,000 on the elementary school. They say we owe $20,000 on the high school. They say we owe approximately $20,000 on the elementary school. They say we owe approximately $20,000 on the high school. Our accounts are frozen. Our accounts are frozen. Our accounts are frozen. We need y'all to help us pay this bill. We're going to fight like hell to get our accounts freed up.
Okay, so Umar Johnson has to understand that if your accounts don't get freed up and if they are actually frozen, then you're done. There's no soliciting donations for your personal account for you to pay on your school. That's not how the nonprofit works. You need it to be funneled through your business account and through the school. And if it's not, then there's no paying these damn. And you're not soliciting $38,000 to pay for you're homeless, bro. You need basic upkeep at this point. You're talking about your personal bills need to be taken care of. You have no savings. Like, what are we doing out here?
We're going to fight like hell to get our accounts freed up. But if we don't, y'all got to help us pay this bill and save our school. Y'all got to help us pay this bill and save our school. Y'all got to help us pay this bill and save our school. You don't have to root for me, brother. I don't need you. I got more than enough supporters. But I want everybody to know that there might be a protest. Pay this bill and save our school. You don't have to root for me, brother. I don't need you. I got more than enough supporters.
He did that shit. Guilty as fuck.
You don't need to root for him. He has more than enough supporters. So what is this perpetual begging? You're in dire need to save your school. I don't need your support, brother. I have enough supporters. So basically you've gotten enough money from supporters that you think you can just keep fucking with the same folks that you finessed before. He really is the prince of panhandling, although he's not open to new clients. This is incredible.
But I want everybody to know that there might be a protest soon. We need you to come in from Africa, from Europe, from Australia, from Canada. For me, brother, I don't need you. I got more than enough supporters. But I want everybody to know that there might be a protest soon. We need you to come in from Africa, from Europe, from Australia, from Canada.
Hell no! Trash ass nigga.
Bro really thinks we're coming from Canada to help this nigga. Is this guy?
You want to sit there and stay on the weed. Stay off the weed.
What? From Australia, from Europe, from Africa, from Canada to You can't finesse the locals anymore. You can't trick the Americans anymore. So this is so bad, man.
They're coming from all the 50 states and show the city of Wilmington, Delaware. You will not disrespect black people. You will not sabotage black people. You will not discriminate against black people. And you will not try to steal property from black people. This is your big brother, Dr. Umar Ifatunde, standing strong. Leo C.
Standing strong. Bro, if you don't get the fuck out of here, standing strong. This is the most weak, pathetic live stream I've ever witnessed in my life. This is so bad.
We will not quit. We will not abdicate. We will not equivocate. Black queens forever. Snow bunnies never. Garveyism to get back. Pan-Africanism to perish. See you in Nat Turner land. See you in New Orleans. See you in Hattiesburg. See you in Mobile, Alabama. This is your brother, King Kong Consciousness. I love you too. Peace and Pan-Africanism.
I see you, the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy out
Yes,
there.
sir.
I see you in the building all the time.
Yes, sir.
And I
They
just
still
saw
saying where the school at.
Yeah, they still saying where the school at. Everybody knows where the school
Yes, sir.
is.
Yes, sir.
And
You can't miss it.
You just was asking for something. What was you just asking for?
Somebody to help us with the floors.
With the floors, yeah.
We got so last time.
Y'all, this is what Lennon Honor was talking about. If y'all watched Lennon Honor's live stream last night where he was breaking it down, he's like, go to 2024, go to the 40-minute mark or whatever the fuck this was, and here it is. Dr. Umar talking about all we need is the floors to being done. That's all we need done, just the floors. And then what did we see last week when he was trying to create a convenient deflection from all the news that was coming down on him? Oh, match these colors. What color are the tiles, family? And it's like, we need these floors done. It's like, bro, shut up, man. Shut the fuck up. This is pathetic.
I was here, remember, I was still struggling with the HVAC. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
So the HVAC is done, plumbing is done, all the systems repaired. Now it's superficials. We got to get the doors done. We got some doors that got to be replaced. We got another layer of paint, so we're going to do one more paint day. And then we got 11 floors where we took the old rugs out. We got to cover them up, right? So, in fact, coming here, one of the good sisters Sister Jennifer out of Trenton, shout out to her and her husband.
I'm just going to leave this on the screen. Oh, shit, I can't. Never mind. Shout out to Nightjade with the $5 super chat. Nightjade says, if the school goes, he's going to Africa and disappearances into the bush. Into the bush? Yo, come on, man. You described Africa as the bush. He has his Ghana residency. Yeah, he has citizenship in Ghana. Ghana was just throwing out citizenships to everybody. And he picked his up. He was there. He has his Ghanaian citizenship. He can always retreat to Ghana.
She has an uncle who does floors, so I'm going to meet with him this weekend and see what type of price he can give. I also met with some other brothers who do floors, and the prices wasn't too bad. You know what I mean? So once we do that last layer of coat and do them floors, we applying for the certificate of occupancy.
You think that's going to be hard to get?
It could be, because in talking with some of the businesses in the neighborhood, they're telling me that they've had to wait months before the city came out to do their inspection. This is what they saying. I don't know if it's true.
No, that's exactly what it was a reference to. That's exactly what Night Jade was talking about. I fucked that up. Shout out to you for acknowledging that. Shout out to Night Jade with the $5 super chat.
They say, Doc, you might got to wait a minute, and because you are who you are, they might try to nitpick you too. So I'm just going to, hope for the best. You know what I mean? But cautiously understand that because they never thought we would finish, this could be a little bit of a push. I just hope it don't get to the point where I got to have a protest. You follow me? I hope it don't get to the point.
I want y'all to understand that he set this fucking bullshit. He set this excuse up a year prior to what we're seeing now. I hope I don't have to have a protest. He did this on the biggest platform that he has access to, the Breakfast Club. He set up the bullshit ass excuse a year in advance. So not only did people predict this, he predicted it himself because he knew this bullshit was coming. He knew he wasn't paying his bills. He knew he had to go on to the next thing. That's why he's doing these speeches in Newark talking about the new school in Newark. He's just moving states. It's like, bro, what are we doing out here? Just jump from Delaware to New Jersey because in the new finesse? Oh, we got a school going. They tried to stop us before we had to protest. They're trying to stop black people, trying to hold us down. All this bullshit. Starting up a race war, being a victim. You're doing way more damage to black folks. Way more damage.
This is what they saying. I don't know if it's true. They say, Doc, you might got to wait a minute, and because you are who you are, they might try to nitpick you too. So I'm just going to, hope for the best. You know what I mean? But cautiously understand that because they never thought we would finish, this could be a little bit of a push. I just hope it don't get to the point where I got to have a protest. Follow me? I hope it don't get to the point where we got to drag the city into court for discrimination against us because they never thought we would finish, and we done. You know what I'm saying? And I got to thank y'all for that because y'all helped me get the word out. You know what I mean?
We need y'all to call the vacant property office of Wilmington, Delaware, and demand that those unjust fees be removed from our account.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
You know what I'm saying? And I got to thank y'all for that because y'all helped me get the word out. You know what I mean? So we there. And so God willing, I believe if they don't take forever to inspect the building, hoping we get these floors done quickly, we should be able to have our inspection before the end of the summer.
Are you concerned that some of these Negroes, because that's been the only thing they can come at you with, Dr. Umar.
Yeah,
Dr. Umar don't got the school. Dr. Umar got the school.
Yeah.
Now that the school is here, the school is almost done, do you think that some of these Negroes are going to be protesting the most?
Yes, because they're not going to stop. Now that I'm open, they got to move the goalposts, right?
That's right.
Now it's how many kids, what is he teaching, how many, they're never going to stop because the motivation is slander. See, in the beginning, I thought the motivation was truth. I thought people who questioned me sincerely just wanted to know, are you scamming us? And then when I started breaking everything down and showing them how I'm not scamming them and we ain't even spent no money because we ain't found no contractors, then I realized this ain't about the truth. This is about slander. Y'all just want to be entertained at my expense. And so people say, well, why haven't you been more transparent?
It's my turn!
Bro, you're so full of shit. This aged like milk. This was the worst, most nastiest speech of all time. You were never transparent. You never ask questions. You shut people down. You say you have enough donors. You don't need any more people. Every single time you're questioned. Every time you're around someone smart enough to simply ask a question, you shut everybody down. Oh, I got enough donors. You're not in the way. If you're a hater, you're a struggle streamer. Bro, stop it.
I've been too transparent. Every time I come up, I tell you where we at, what problems we got, you know what I mean, how much more money we need, this is what we going through. In fact, I think I've been too transparent. When we open up the next school, I'm not going to be that transparent. Y'all see it when it opens, no matter how long it takes. But I felt the need to be transparent because I didn't want to lose my loyal supporters. Because remember, most of our FDMG donors, they are repeat donors. Very few people have only donated one time. These people who are questioning me, they've never donated at all, ain't got children going to the school, don't live nowhere near
Bro, the people that donated to you don't have children going to the school because the school will never open. Their children are full-grown adults now. Where have you been, sir?
Wilmington, Delaware. You understand me? So they're just doing this for kicks and giggles. The YouTubian struggle streamers. They will slander my project. These YouTubian struggle streamers, that's what they are. YouTubian struggle streamers. They will slander my project to get an extra 100 views. Literally, you go to their page. You did all that for 100 views, you thirsty struggle streamer. You see what I'm saying? So my thing is, don't even feed them. Stay focused on the work.
I was going to ask you, what were your thoughts on Diddy?
So I don't need help with the real estate. We were blessed with that campus. You understand? And as far as your brother's school, I support him.
That's
I'm
my
glad he's doing a
father-in-law.
good
My
job.
father-in-law.
This is why I disagreed with Malik Muhammad when he says black folks just ate it up and nobody questioned them. Everybody questioned them. And whenever you question them, you get blocked, you get called a YouTubian struggle streamer, or you get disrespected to your face like Lord Jamar. But Lord Jamar is one of the biggest idiots in the community. He's a flat earther. He's a mental gymnastics extreme practicer.
Looked at the
and even Lord Jamar was smart enough to be like, "Hey, bro, you need some help with this? Like, you need a board? He started asking him some questions like, what is going on with this? Like, this school is taking entirely too long. My father-in-law started a school within a few months. He has everything set up. Do you need some insight? And this guy's like, nah, I'm smart enough. I have everybody, blah, 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 blah. All this bullshit, being arrogant, thinking he has everything handled and he needs no help. All he needs is finances.
the website. Kudos to that brother.
Yes, sir.
But what I'm doing ain't that. I want to be absolutely clear. The Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey RBG International Leadership Academy will be America's first school based off the principles of Pan-African nationalism and international economics. That's not what I'm doing, brother. I have a totally different concept from him. You understand? So if
the concept could be different, but the implementation of how it's
I
put.
don't need his help implementing, brother, because I'm a certified school psychologist and a certified school principal who's experienced, who got a whole cadre of educators. See, y'all keep making these things. He needs to talk. No, I don't. Y'all don't know who I got.
But then why is somebody, you have all these credentials, then why is this man who we don't know was able to put his school together in a few months and it's taken you 6 years, brother?
6 years is nothing for a school. I can show you 10 charter schools where the money is coming from the state and it took them almost a decade to get open, brother. You don't open up a school in a year or two. I don't know your brother's story and I don't care to know it.
This is where you are purposefully ignorant. You don't know the story, you don't care to know it, but he's telling you that he got the school running within a year. And he can tell you how to facilitate it because he's done it. And there's proof because the school exists. So you're just blocking it out. LeBron James has a school. Jalen Rose has a school. They started that up in less than a year. They have support from the government as well. They're not trying to do it themselves. They have a board of directors. They're running it the proper way. I don't know what the hell this guy thinks he's going to be. It is just pathetic. This is tiring at this point.
I don't care to know it.
Why not, though? If it could be helpful to you, why wouldn't you care to know it if it could be helpful to you?
Brother,
because you're so smart and you're so arrogant, you have to listen. You listen to nobody. You could learn something from an idiot. Sometimes somebody that's not as intelligent as you, not as qualified, not as certified as you, could still offer you some sort of insight or information. But you want to block it out because you're King Kong consciousness. You know everything.
I have friends who own schools. Do you understand that? I have friends who own schools. So if I need to talk to someone who owns a school, I already got that. I got what I need. The only thing missing from my equation is enough funds to complete the task. That's it. That's it. The school is not open yet.
Sounds like a certified scammer. Don't ask no questions. I don't need no help, no insight from people that done it and established it at much quicker pace than me. I just need your money. I don't need any new people. I just need donors.
Because I don't have enough funds to do it that way. I'm not going to no bank.
Maybe we maybe we need fundraising, different fundraising methods. Maybe the people that we go to.
We have that in place, but what I want you to understand, it takes time to build institutions. I ain't got no problem with where we are. I'm loving where we at. We got our plans done by the engineer. We got our electrician chosen. I'm meeting with my...
He needs to stop saying our. Who's our? It's just you, sir. Just you. You registered the nonprofit with 0 board of directors, no accountant, nothing.
HVAC this weekend. I got my plumber on standby. Roofer did his job. Carpenter lined up. We doing what we need to do on the time frame we doing it in. I don't need no help outside of the team I got, which is filled with experts from the East Coast to the West Coast, brother.
Okay, brother. I mean, these are definitely the answers that people want to know. They want to.
He should have an accountant or an accountant team on his board of directors, but bro has nobody.
I'm not interested in people. I'm interested in donors, brother.
Yeah, but in order for you to get...
Congratulations to this idiot. This guy subscribed, waited 20 minutes just to say that.
God damn! What the hell was that? Shut your bitch ass up before I get to talking shit about you.
Donors, though, you're gonna have to satisfy these. Yes, brother. And how you gonna get donors if you don't if I'm
disagree with you?
Listen. If I'm considering to be a donor, but I have certain questions that I want answered, I feel like that's legitimate.
Can I tell you why that's bullshit?
Why?
Go
ahead, please.
Respectfully.
Respectfully.
You've been raising money for 6.5 years, brother. If you ain't doing up by now, you ain't donating, and your question don't matter.
Is that I want answered. I feel like that's legitimate.
Can I tell you why that's bullshit?
Why? Go ahead, please.
Respectfully.
Respectfully.
You've been raising money for 6.5 years, brother. If you ain't doing up by now, you ain't donating, and your question don't matter.
And that's why you are in the position you are in now, begging, talking about protesting because you didn't pay your bills.
Before we found out, I believe that they wanted to sell the school before we found out.
Pay your bills, bruh. Pay your bills, man.
You go get a damn job. Yeah.
Now, I didn't even mean to play that drop. That was an accident, but it works. It works. We'll live with that.
Because that's actually the way in which the act was written, these those were psychologically understand why the Congress was presenting it. Whether or not the exemption would apply has nothing to do with the resolution. So we'll let this season. Right.
Now, Dr. Johnson, in addition to speaking to groups around the world, you've also spoken on some radio shows.
Yes, sir, all the time.
And one of those is called the Breakfast Club on Power 105 out of New York City.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm going to show you a video clip of sorry.
You're watching The Breakfast Club.
Understand, chat, that this was a court hearing from 2018 on the legitimacy of Dr. Umar Johnson's practices as it pertains to him being a child psychologist. The Breakfast Club was under review from back then, and they're about to be under review once again.
DJ
Just came back from China and Japan. Okay. My first visits over there, speaking with the African China and Japan. Spent a week in Japan. So in America, we have a civil rights culture.
At the beginning of the proceeding, I admonished everyone that I would not tolerate the outbursts. If you cannot control yourself, please excuse yourself at this time. We'll give you a moment. Because the parties need that respect. The next outburst, and you will be clear, you will be dismissed from the proceeding. The parties deserve the respect and ability to hear what's going on in this particular case. Thank you. So if you need to excuse yourself, don't be embarrassed. I would rather you excuse yourself rather than being embarrassed. You may excuse.
Thank you. Dr. Johnson, do you recognize the image that's on the screen there?
Yes, I do.
Is that a true and accurate copy of your, or image of your website?
Not my website, but that's a true and accurate image of the interviews that I participated in at the Breakfast Club in New York City.
Okay, all right. Now, if you look up at the top left-hand corner, it has your website naked there.
Let me clarify. I take that back. My web designer, he adds videos of mine. So yes, I don't know. They're probably on my website. Yes.
Okay, all right.
This entire page you're looking at, all, it's like 6 screens. That's all included on the website.
It appears to be. Okay. Yes, ma'am. He updates regularly. I don't watch it all the time, but very likely, yes. I'm not objecting to that. I see the website.
And how about that's a CD that will.
And that's your C3.
That's my, actually, that's my C5.
Okay, thank you.
Well, all right. Power 105, that's an urban contemporary radio station in New York City.
Yes, sir.
And its studios are in the AT&T building in Manhattan.
It's in Manhattan. I'm not sure the name of the building, but yes, it's in Manhattan.
And the Breakfast Club, that's a nationally syndicated radio show.
Yes, it is. Very popular.
Now, one of your interviews with the Breakfast Club took place on June 30th. Is that correct? 2017?
Probably, yes.
Are you aware that the Breakfast Club rated that interview number 9 among the top 10 interviews?
Yes, it should have been higher. Yes.
All right. And that interview right there that we're looking at is the interview that was rated number 9. Is that correct? The one on June 30th?
Yes, that was the most recent. Yes. Interview number 3.
Now, this tether shit, this whole black war is just some bullshit facilitated by the CIA. You have members like Tariq Nasheed, who's a top proprietor of the fuckery. He's one of the top agents pushing this whole fuckery, this whole division amongst black, this whole divide and conquer black, have black folks fighting on the internet over some dumb shit. You even have O'Shea Duke Jackson going outside in some of his videos. I need to react to that. I'm going to talk to O'Shea too, because I'm like, O'Shea, what the fuck is this? Some of the videos he's doing, I'm like, what are we doing out here? This is pathetic. Like, you're really being led by Tariq Nasheed and his dumb... like, niggas, they really got to go outside. Folks really got to go outside. The black war, black people, that doesn't exist, bruh. It doesn't exist. It's pathetic.
Try to get us to a specific time.
Yeah, it's a lot of Trump supporters. It's a lot of what we're seeing now is a lot of folks from the manosphere, from the black manosphere, from the red pill space, grift into a different lane. It's like this Republican ass kissing lane where they're just Trump ass kissers, and it's very bizarre. It's very bizarre. I'm actually have to do a breakdown to fully expound on what I'm speaking about, because it's like what the hell's going on, man? Let O'Shea grift in peace. Nah, when O'Shea is a person that has a similar movement as me when it comes to black empowerment and global black activity and a global black agenda. O'Shea kind of got finessed by this whole Tariq shit. And while he's in Uganda, he's speaking down on Africans and everybody in the Caribbean. And it's weird, man. I'm going to have to do some breakdowns and I'm going to have to speak to O'Shea because I don't know what this whole, I don't know. He's on Tariq's nuts right now, pause. And it's kind of sad. He's going out sad following Tariq. Oh, I didn't even shout you out. Shout out to Mr. G with the $2 super chat. Mr. G says, let O'Shea grift in peace, man. Shout out to Anti-Gravity 74 with the $5 super chat. Anti-Gravity 74 says, Tariq Nasheed is a Fed. Super obvious. No smoke for any other group other than white supremacists. He always has smoke for black immigrants. It's like he's empowering other black folks to just target black immigrants for literally no reason. O'Shea did a video on a black woman, a congresswoman? Somebody celebrating the independence of Jamaica. And she got smoke for it. And I'm like, what type of video is this? I'm like, what? I'm like, now a Jamaican can't celebrate the independence of Jamaica? Being free from the colonial masters? That's what Carabana's about. Carabana's celebrating the freedom of all the islands. And we have black Americans there and we're all dancing and having fun and turning up and everybody's fucking with each other. So when we get back on the internet after this, I'm like, bro, what's going on, man? The fuck is going on? These fucking frauds. These niggas that never leave their house that want to stir up issues and drama between black communities. I'm like, what are we doing out here, bruh? How much times do I say, what are we doing out here?
God damn.
Yo, the chat's wildin'. What the fuck? Yo, what the? Holy shit. Y'all hit the like button, chat.
Unemployment line. Why? Because the skills that we learn in college are not necessarily marketable to other black people. I'm a psychologist. Into.
Do you agree that you call yourself a psychologist? Then?
Yes, I am. Certified school psychologist. And one thing I would like to add, although I understand that it's the state's intent to say that every time I refer to myself as a psychologist, that I am practicing beyond the limits or holding myself as something I am not. The irony in that is whenever I get interviewed, probably even at the beginning of this interview, I always state specifically what I am. Certified school psychologist and doctor of clinical psychology. Thereafter, I may refer to myself as psychologist in conversation, but there is never a time when my credentials are not stated forthright. On my website, they're stated forthright. In the exhibit he just gave, it says it right there, certified school psychologist. So when you hear psychologist
we're gonna get back into this in a second. Let me read some super chats and we'll get right back into this. And give me a second, chat. Shout out to the Commentary King with the $2 super chat. Commentary King says, you letting folks up on the panel? I'm in the back room. Yeah, I'm gonna let folks back up on the panel. You see Commentary King right there. Shout out to the Commentary King.
What's going on? You hear me?
Yep. Let me just get one more super chat, and I want to get through 2 minutes of this speech with Umar in court, and then we can get to the panel real quick. I just want to finish that one point so I can lead into the next part of the discussion. Let me just wrap this up real quick with the super chat. Shout out to Mr. G with the $5 super chat. Mr. G says, Tariq didn't finesse O'Shea, man. This is regular O'Shea, bro. Come on, man. You've been sleeping on O'Shea's pattern. Yikes. Damn. Shout out to Mr. G with the $5. Shout out to a cool brother Phil with the $10 super chat. Cool brother Phil says, I'm just curious. I wonder how many people still donate to him with all the information out about him now. Not many. His staunch supporters are turning against him. But this is the thing. If you are one of those people that consume only mainstream entertainment, and you're not listening to us YouTubian struggle streamers, you're only listening to The Breakfast Club and various other of Umar Johnson's speeches, then you can be finessed. You can 100% be finessed. You're only listening to a small piece of the information, you're getting a media spin. You're not getting the actual truth. And if you're dumb enough to spend money without actually asking questions or asking to see the books or the insights, then you will be finessed. Let's play 2 minutes of this before we bring on the commentary king and whoever else calls up. I also have to remember this before I end the show. I need to substantiate some of the claims that I was talking about as it relates to the vacant registration fees, because Lennon Honor did a whole breakdown and he has a page on it, and I want to pull up all the fees so we can counteract some of the lies that he provided earlier. Umar provided earlier.
Then it should automatically make sense or be understandable that he's referring to a credential he's already made clear that he had. When I'm at work in schools, they don't call us certified school psychologists every time they refer to us. They call us psychologists. The school district of Philadelphia, psychologists. Chester Upland, psychologists. Anywhere the school psychologist is, we're called psychologists. No one regurgitates over and over certified school psychologists. So we're reaching here. Continue, sir.
So what you said is that on that show right there, you, at the beginning of it, told the audience that you were a certified school psychologist?
If not that one, definitely in 2 and 1. There's been 3 Breakfast Clubs, so I'm very familiar with that audience. And if you look at all 3 videos, yes, I state that I'm a certified school psychologist and doctor of clinical psychology. Particularly, I'm certified on the very first one. That's a third follow-up to the first one. And yes, I do state who I am and what I am.
So it's possible that you did not state
in interview number 3, we would have to watch it. I can't say for certain, but again, because the audience is familiar with me, my community is familiar with me, my work is specifically to my community. I've been doing it for 17 years, 3 as a student. After 20 years, I can assure you, black people know exactly what my credentials are and what they are not.
The entirety of the interview is recorded on 5.
The entirety of it, interview, this is interview 3 or 2?
This is 3. The orange dashiki is interview 3, the one to the right is interview 2. And I don't see interview 1 up there.
On the CD, would it include interviews 1 and 2? Only.
I have separate CDs. This one, C5, is the interview that we just talked about. The other interviews that you see on the screen, I have a CD.
So interview 1 will be included?
That's my understanding. That's what you guys represented, to tell you correct. That interview 1 is on the other CD.
Okay, we're going to get back into this because this takes a while. Now, this, for anybody that just jumped in, to be clear, this is a court hearing on his use of in the way he words him being a professional in psychology when he's not a licensed psychologist. He just has the education, but he doesn't have the licensing. We have somebody in the back that has no camera on, and we don't do the no camera shit because we have a bunch of people that love to do the whole flashing and trying to fuck up channels. So you're gonna have to turn on your camera if we're gonna bring you on. But shout out to the commentary king. You've been waiting for a long time. We're gonna allow you to speak. What's up, man?
What's going on? I finally caught a live stream. What's going on, man? I know y'all usually see me on Cooley's channel, but it's nice to actually come over and see y'all are talking about good old Umar Johnson. I've not seen him since the days of Yada and Dr. Sebi and many others. So I personally don't understand the whole tribalistic mentality where someone puts forward a bit of skepticism towards a lack of transparency. In this case, Umar Johnson's financial improprieties. What does someone's background have to do with the claims themselves? The claims stand on their own merit. If somebody's not been transparent, doesn't matter whether they're from Jamaica or from Mississippi. The claim is the claim. And so what I think you and many others are being inundated with are just deflections from people who don't know how to do anything else other than play this silly childish game where they don't want the conversation to happen. If there is nothing that's going on that's wrong, there's no malfeasance at all with whatever finances that Umar has, then why not have the conversation? Why not say, okay, hey, here are the financials, here is what I can render, here's the empirical evidence. We can sit down and look at it and put this to rest, but we don't see that at all.
I'm sorry, I got a little distracted by the.
Yeah, there's something going on with our guy down here.
Yeah, in the back, he was jumping up, and then the camera went off. I think this guy is trying to porn bomb. I'm not sure, man. Some people, when they're new, I don't know what they're up to. Fuck, man. I was really trying to listen to while I was doing this, but I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. I kind of zoned out half of the things.
That's
you said
fine. Yeah, no, I'll you're perfectly
that's
fine, man.
horrible for the show.
You're fine. I will summarize. So the stuff that you're hearing, this tether, whatever new terms or slurs people are coming up with, it's just deflection.
Yes,
it's
yes,
just
that's what
people
you're
are trying to obfuscate from the issue. If what people are saying about Umar and his finances is wrong, why not have a full transparency session where Umar lays out the financials, rather than trying to other folks and just say, oh, anybody who's skeptical of me obviously isn't for me. Well, it doesn't matter. The people that you're asking money from have a right to know where that money's going, right? And if there is nothing going on with it, then why even balk at the opportunity to show them, hey, here's where your money's going?
I think one of the reasons why it was important, and I still have to react to this, to listen to Siobhan Stone, the person that he calls Throat Goat, provide insight about how Umar Johnson moves. He makes a concerted effort to target a specific demographic, and that's why he keeps talking about repeat donors, because he knows certain fans that were super groupied out for him, pretty much.
Yeah,
they would do things, they would offer their services, like Siobhan Stone was offering services, they'll offer money, they'll put up money for events for him. They'll do anything for him because they're fans of him and they witnessed him on the Breakfast Club. So he has a level of aura to them that they just buy in. He targets those people that are super fans, and that's why he's talking about he doesn't need to convince other people. He doesn't need to open the books. He targeted those people. I think they have grounds for a class action. Like it's pretty bad the way he targeted them.
Yeah, I mean, it's pandering. He's pandering to the pay pigs who are out there and are footing the bill for whatever he has going on. And so if they don't want to ask questions, that's on them. But other people that he is trying to, he's trying to question, right? I think they have full right to go, hey, if you were going to put forth my money, if you're asking me for my money to put forth towards this effort, I need to see some type of a result. So just think if you're like the NIH, right? Hey, we're going to give you $30,000 grant for cancer research, but hey, we do want to see, this particular drug eventually, go to market, right? This is an investment, or for any investor for that matter. And it is not uncommon for people to want something for what they give. And so just being upset that people have the audacity to ask for something, like it's ridiculous. But it shows to me personally that there's a certain level of scrutiny that he is willing to give everybody else that he himself cannot handle.
Yep. 100%, man. I agree with that 100%. What's up, Ren? We got Ren in the back as well. Is your mic working? Is your camera working? Everything good?
Oh yeah, everything works. Yes, I'm using a phone right now, so I'm in StreamYard. So I thought you wanted like authentication for the video, and then I was gonna turn it off and speak.
Oh, okay, okay. No, it's just different here because there's people that will call in, they'll show their face or whatever, and you don't see anything in the bottom of the background, and as soon as you let them on, and then it's porn bombed and you're fucked over. So we got to there's some sort of screening practice that we have to do back here because video is not as good as StreamYard. StreamYard is better, it's easier to screen. So yeah, that's it. So what do you have to say on the topic?
Oh, the topic in terms of, I think that, Umar Johnson went wrong. The fact that he kept saying the school would open, year after year, next starting from 2013, but it wouldn't. He would break his promise every year, and he wouldn't really tell us how much money that he was rising, even for some supporters or donors. It was always a black box, with the financial security, and I feel that, I think that, when you go to 2019 and GoFundMe offered a refund, and that's the reason why he bought the schools in Delaware, because GoFundMe offered was going to refund all of the donations to Umar. You know, and for the last part, for Delaware, there's two things in Delaware. You know, the state of Delaware, it has a lot of loose laws that can obfuscate who owns a corporation or an LLC. You know, it can be in a holding company, it can be in many different areas, right? And a lot of scams, you know, take advantage of Delaware's very loose business code in some cases. You know, also, I think that his buildings, the old Moyer Academy, the first incantation of the Moyer Academy, actually there was real estate fraud. You know, I revealed it on my FDMG Revealer channel, but it was taken back. Basically, this private business that owned the charter school, right? They were billing it as 2 charter schools, but it was really only 1, right? But a lot of times they erase that data, so it's pretty much scammy all the way around. Really,
yeah, and this is the thing. It's because we have channels like yours. You said you have a channel and you've been calling out some of this stuff. We have a lot of people vocal in our community calling out Dr. Umar Johnson. And as the commentary king said before, what they like to do is deflect and talk about tethers and talk about which nation you're from and try to separate and divide black people from even having a voice against Umar Johnson's scam. That's why when I keep hearkening back to what Malik Muhammad said when he talked about black people have not pushed against Umar and exposed him. There's been an abundance of it. But Umar Johnson, he's been meticulous at calling people struggle streamers, demeaning folks, using this to like basically bolster himself up to a higher platform and higher celebrity and shit on other people while doing it. So he uses these moments to basically deflect and get into another bag of, oh, I'm doing this and look at the paint and match the tiles and all this other bullshit every time he gets questioned. And when he's on an interview, we witnessed him many times with Lord Jamar, with many others. Deflect, get super defensive, say he has enough donors, and the biggest platform that he's on, the Breakfast Club, never asks him any hard questions. Never. And they're the top supporters. They push him. You see Charlemagne on Brilliant Idiots talking about, oh, I believe him. Why would he ever do this? Why is he asking for personal accounts? This is shameful. He wouldn't do this if he wasn't lying. It's all bad. It's all bad.
So the people out there who are watching, and they're, I guess, on this struggle streamer narrative. I'm a disabled vet. I get paid for the rest of my life. So what motivation do I have?
Yeah, struggle stream what, nigga? The fuck you talking about?
So like, it's just, if you sit back and really think about it, some people are financially secure and they don't need this type of stuff. I don't have any videos on my channel at all about Umar, but I have very strong feelings about it. Actually, I know there's a woman that he takes pictures with in California that I've known her for many, many years. And her first name is starts with a T, but some of y'all have probably seen her in pictures, and I have her on my phone right now. And so she knows that I'm not a big fan of him, but it seems like I see her talk about him less and less and less over the years. So I don't think that every one of his supporters are in his corner. I think to some degree he is feeling the heat, and that this is sort of a last-ditch effort to try and retain any sort of financial backing that he has, because the scrutiny is on like it has never been. Are you aware of his vocal supporters on YouTube or his past vocal supporters on YouTube? Because there's an APV out for one of his most vocal supporters, We Unlock Nation, because everybody else pretty much turned against him. And they're vocal about it. We've seen Flacco, who was a Umar Johnson supporter. He came up, Poetic Flacco, he came up in the Umar Johnson sector of YouTube. All of a sudden, he's like erased his history as it relates to being a fan and supporter of Umar Johnson. He's dropping video after video of Umar Johnson's demise. His most vocal supporters have turned against him. Like, it's over for him. Like, the amount of views that folks are doing. He talks about struggle stream to try to basically demean and shit on the amount of, extra 100 views. Folks are literally doing hundreds, 200s of thousands of views speaking on Umar Johnson, exposing the grift. This is really bad. It's to the point where he's like a fresh and fit at this point. Like, he's a joke. Yeah, this is sort of the death knell of his online presence, because people see it for what it is. Yeah, there's going to be quite a few folks that just died in the pain. Hey, you're just going against another black man. Okay, great. So if there is someone who is legitimately preying upon other black folks, would that not be a motivation to call it out? Like if the goal is to just shit on black folks and to see bad things, then not saying anything would actually be more effective in that manner. So I don't understand a lot of these defenses. So if somebody were to say, hey, look, I have access to the financials, I can sit down and show you that no, there's no financial malfeasance going on, I'm willing to sit down and have that conversation. But I have yet to see anyone that has access to that, including Umar.
That's the biggest thing.
That's it.
Nobody has seen that. Out of everything exposed, we have not seen a breakdown of the financials. My bad for cutting you off.
No,
I think I missed the super chat.
Yeah.
Oh,
while you look for that, but
that's
I don't care about people's narratives. I care about empirical evidence. I don't care who it comes from. I don't care if it comes from Santa Claus. If you show me the information, the data, that will lead my belief. That's how I draw my conclusions.
Yep. Let me get to this super chat real quick. Shout out to Anti-Gravity 74 with the $5 super chat. It says, you said Umar would have been good as a hype man for the school. Then let the real building and operations be handled by black professional board and principal. That's facts. That is absolute facts. Yeah. If he was the spokesperson, if he was the figurehead, if he was just the voice as a hype man, that is 100% facts. Shout out to you, Anti-Gravity 74. Now, what you said, I somewhat agree with what you said, Commentary King, but sometimes if you have somebody who doesn't represent the talking point and they want to spearhead and they want to be the face of a talking point, they can ruin the talking point. Because even if they're making a good point and everybody agrees with it, if they're not a representation of what they're speaking, it's like, what are you doing? Why are you selling this point? People start becoming super skeptical. Like somebody like Pearl, representing men's points and talking against feminists while embodying the ultimate feminist. It's like you're kind of shitting on your points. You do a disservice to the points when you're not an embodiment of your message. So although I agree, a fact is a fact coming from whoever the fuck it's coming from. Even Lord Jamar could spit a fact. Certain subjects and certain topics, it's like, yeah, I don't want you to be the guy representing the point, because then you kind of shit on the point and kind of make it harder for us to champion the point.
You know what? I see your point to that, and that reminds me of our friend Cooley, who
with the single moms.
With
don't
single
date
moms,
single moms, and you're dating a single mom. It's like, bro, you're ruining the fucking argument, bro. It's like you're gonna give every caveat and say she is, the exception to the rule. Then everyone's gonna do that. They're gonna be like, well, you said don't date single moms, but this bitch is bad. She's the exception. It's like, nah, we're not gonna do that.
Right. No, I see your point. I definitely see your point.
I think there I think there are like two different, types of supporters, Umar Johnson supporters, as we entered, 2018 and 2019. They're the authentic, supporters that, they know everything that some of the stuff that Umar is saying, it is good, but they know that he is scamming. So they try to, cover, for him. People like We on Lock Nation. And there was another similar, different, personality or value cat. I think C-Rock Smooth. He is long left, the Umar Johnson sector. But so they're legitimate, to a point that they're trying to defend the good points, by avoiding the scam. And then there are people that are, like actors, basically like D. Durrell and Flacco. They came in for, just whether Umar pays them or they just come in for the for the fanfare or for the clout, basically. But
I think everybody is here posturing for some clout, and it's like the anti or the pro. It's like, even if you're anti Umar Johnson, it's like there is a subsect of people that were literally hating with no evidence, because that's what they do. They go anti another person, and that's what they do on YouTube to build their visibility. But in this case, when it comes to Umar Johnson, I don't think there was a concerted effort to just be like, we're going against this guy because there's views. We're going against this guy because he's hurting the community. When somebody consistently takes advantage of people with this dream for selling, because it's been a problem educating young black boys. There's been this black boys at the 8th grade level are reading at the 4th grade level, and all these bullshit talking points that have been suggested for years. So people have a concerted effort to be like, let's look out for these young black boys. And you have somebody that comes and takes advantage of the community. And it's like, yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to build these schools. We're going to speak with so much charisma on the biggest stage where everybody's watching the Breakfast Club. And we have to speak against people like this. We can't just allow the community to devolve into fuckery where we have, you're just hating on another black man. You're just hating on his hustle. It's like, okay, the hustle is hustling us in our community. Of course, we have to speak out against it. That's why when people call us haters and X, Y, and Z, I'm like, that makes no damn sense. We're looking out for the community. But shout out to Malik Muhammad with the $5 super chat. Malik Muhammad says, my brother, thank you again for allowing me to share valid information on your show yesterday. I'm making my rounds, the Breakfast Club on deck. Well, shout out to you. If Malik Muhammad gets on the Breakfast Club, it's a wrap. It's an absolute wrap. The amount of information that he shared and divulged to on this platform alone was significant, but we didn't do as many views as something like the Breakfast Club. If this got out to something like the Breakfast Club, man, Umar Johnson and his scamming, that'll go mainstream. That'll go 100% mainstream. It's already going mainstream, but the mainstream media is still covering for him. It's like independent media is calling him out the most. But shout out to Malik Muhammad. I only disagreed with one thing you said yesterday on the show, and that's black people aren't calling him out enough. He kind of shuts us down and blocks people out, but I do think that we do call him out enough. But shout out to you. Everything you said other than that was facts. Well, even that you can deem facts, but I disagree. But shout out to the informant media. I'm going to pull you up right now. And Unfriendly Stoic, we only pulling you up if you get your camera on, bruh.
All right. On that note, gentlemen, I'm going to take off. I'm going to go on Twitch for a little bit. So thank you for having me on here, man.
Okay, shout out to the Commentary King.
All right, see y'all later.
Yep, shout out to the informant media.
Yo.
What's
Am I
up,
doing
bro?
good? You hear me? Can you hear me?
Yep.
No, I just wanted to tap in. So Umar Johnson, man, what can you say? And by the way, I only cammed up because it's you, man. Because like anybody else, I'll be like, screw that. So, I run a faceless channel, man. I don't like camming up. But Umar Johnson, what can we say? Even without the school, there's so much evidence of all the scams that he did. The 2018 shockumentary scam, he collected money for. The 2023 shockumentary scam, he collected money for. He stole money from King Randall. What's that? 2022. He's supposed
I
to appear.
about that.
Yeah.
I had that in the reaction too.
Yeah, he did the same thing in 2018 with those black people in Canada. There's news articles about that if you guys want to read about that. But there's so many other things that's related into the Umar Johnson saga that is incredible. That how he's able to scam and he's able to move on. And I think one thing about Umar, why he keeps it going, like why he keeps being able to move so much, is because his audience is a rotating door. So people will get introduced to him, find out he's scamming, leave. But by the time they leave, two more people will replace him. There's 44 million black people in America. I don't know how many black people are in Canada, but there's new people that's coming in. That's how he's able to keep going and going and going. Now, there are some people that are just going to rock with him and they're going to rock out with him. But so I ain't going to mention their names on here because one of them he's supposed to be doing an interview with. I think she's going to pay him $500, but she's a hardcore fan. So she's going to be doing an interview with him, and there's not going to be any hard questions. But he's able to keep this on because he has a network on YouTube, this platform right here. He has a network of people who promotes him, and I got like 7 channels that people who just do nothing but promote Umar Johnson. Prince of Pan-African is Umar Johnson. You can look it up. You can go up into these channels. They might not show up because everybody's doing content on him right now, but these people are always doing content on him.
Are they silent right now, or are they defending him? Because I cannot find.
They're defending. Look at We On Lock. Eden with Philly is going to do an interview with him. So Eden with Philly, that's one girl. We On Lock, he's never going to stop defending Umar Johnson. He was just going up against KKC. He was on that dude's channel. The one, he was just live not too long ago. I can't think of his name, but it's this bald black dude. He was just covering Umar Johnson not too long ago. But he was up there and he looked like a deer in the headlights when they started asking him questions. And he's like, "Where'd you get that paperwork from?" Like he got mad, bro. He's like, "Where'd you get that paperwork from?" I can't find the paperwork. And they're giving the websites and all that. But there's some hardcore defenders of Umar Johnson. They're not going to leave him. They're probably even donating. So Umar Johnson, he has these people who he's taking advantage of, and which you guys can say like, give your money to who you want to give your money to. But if people are not, in my opinion, some of these people are not mentally there where they understand financial responsibility and they understand ethics and all that stuff. Umar Johnson clearly understands how to manipulate people and how he's going to take advantage of people. So he's going to do what he has to do to get his money so he can stay unemployed and all that stuff. And keep moving, traveling to Africa while at the same time he's on child support over here. His child support is based off minimum wage because technically he's unemployed. So this guy is unemployed. His child support is based on minimum wage, which is $7.25, so that's about $3,000 to $4,000 a year that he's paying for these little kids of his. So he gets to travel. Yeah, that's not a lot of money.
Getting away with
especially
murder,
with
man.
inflation. Yeah, he's doing it. And my whole thing about Umar Johnson is two things I have against Umar Johnson. That's problematic with me. He's manipulating black people, and he's teaching these online influencers, hey, you know what you can do? Just be a scammer like me, open up a nonprofit organization, and you're able to just run scams. And I thought the U.S. government would have got involved because he's technically an online influencer at this point who has a nonprofit organization which he doesn't have to pay taxes for. So he's getting away with all this embezzlement, and that's what he really has a problem with, the embezzlement part. If he can't come up with this money, and if he gets audited, because I don't believe he's got audited yet. There's no proof of him being audited. That embezzlement is going to hit him like a 18-wheeler, and you stand in the middle of the freeway.
The feds are building a case. The IRS are building a case. This is going to go extremely bad for Umar. He thinks the school being sold is the big hit right now, and that's going to kill him in the public. The public perception of him dies once the school gets sold because all the illusion of progress goes away with the school being sold. But he thinks that's the big hit. When the feds and the IRS come for him, it's going to be very, very bad. Let me get to this super chat real quick before we continue the conversation. Shout out to Nato Da Silva with the $5 super chat. You said, yo, LT, long time. I haven't seen a live in a while. I'm going to send this super chat and peace out. Also, what up, chat? Yeah. Shout out to Nato Da Silva with the $5.
Donations.
See that, Umar? You don't have to beg for donations, my nigga. Don't gotta
He's
beg.
an online influencer anyway, man. He should be teaching classes on this stuff, man. Bro, he should be he should be running the course at this point. You know what I'm saying? Because he's one of the early onset online influencers. People just think he's a doctor or whatever, but if you actually look at his practices every day, he's an online influencer.
Yep.
That's it, man. So I mean, what can you say about this guy, man? Keep dropping videos on him. That's all I really want to say about this, man.
Umar Johnson. Also,
he's a gift
check out the info. Hold on, let me cut you off real quick to give you a promo. Check out the Informant Media's channel. He also put out multiple videos on Dr. Umar breaking down various things with some facts and some shit to back it up because I fucked up. I was supposed to have some shit on the screen to break down the charges that he owes from the $38,000. And for some reason, I have too many shit on I can't find it anymore. And I was supposed to do that to end the stream, and I refuse to end the stream until I'm able to, substantiate these fees that he actually owes. Because Lennon Honor had a breakdown, and I stole that shit from his video, and I don't know where I put it.
Yeah, him and Information Man. But their video, I like Lennon Honor. I like Information Man. Talk to him, but their videos are long. You have to skim through that stuff, man.
That's the thing, man.
Yes.
I was gonna recommend people just go to Lennon Honors to figure out where I fucked up and didn't have the facts. But I'm sending y'all into a 4.5 hour live stream. That's kind of rough.
Mm-hmm. Luckily, he started posting videos, so he's been cutting segments out, putting them in videos, which is good for him because they can get right to the evidence. And not, him going on for 5 hours.
Yeah, man. So y'all, if I finish the stream and I don't pull up all the fees and all the figures that he owes, go to London Honor stream, or I'll put it in a clip or something. I'll put it in a clip following this. But I'm gonna have to wrap up this stream in 5 to 10. Do y'all have any last closing statements or anything?
Hey man, time will tell the truth when it comes to Umar Johnson. But I'm gonna see some of those people who are defending Umar, and he's supposed to be on this girl eating with Philly, if I'm saying her name right. He's gonna be on her channel. Man, she's nuts for Umar Johnson. So, but I will be sending you that information in Discord.
In the Discord, okay.
Yeah,
everybody, if you have any inquiries, any links to send me, hit up the Discord. We in the Discord. The links, just post them in the Discord. Oh shit, we got Random University super chat. Hold up, chat. Shout out to Random University with the $5 super chat, the big $5 super chat. Random University says, I don't have much to add. Great stream. Just wanted to donate my money to a creator who's not scamming. Shout out to the Informant Media. Yeah, shout out to Random University. Random University has been killing it recently. Upload after upload, damn near daily uploads. keeping y'all entertained. Shout out to Random University. If y'all haven't subscribed to Random University yet, subscribe to Random University now. Shout out to him with the $5
donations.
I think to finalize. I think that is one thing if it was a group of people, right? And between the years 2015 and 2017, I mean, Umar had millions of views, on the internet. Black people were majority for him. He could have hooked up with, Tariq Nasheed, Irritated Genie, Michi X, Bill Valentine, Dr. Claude Anderson, and of course the Muhammads of the NOI, Nori and Wesley Muhammad. But he just stayed solo, stayed by himself, along with the delay that he would open the school next time and next time and so forth. And that was horrible. How King Randall, Albany, Georgia, the state I live in, he had a school, and somehow I think Umar either scammed him or his followers in terms of being there, but then Umar didn't appear at the last minute. So I didn't really like that. So I saw that Umar had something coming up on Medgar Evers, college, and Umar has said some wild stuff. Like I remember I gave this to a YouTuber, Dr. Laquanda Jefferson, some information that Lennon Honor recorded. That just was like a copyright I took from Lennon Honor, I gave to her, in which Umar said something. He just says the wildest stuff. He says something like, these middle schoolers are thirsty as hell. Jump on his back, take this rotten cookie. Right? He said that. It's famous on Lennon's channel. I know you think it's out there, but that's why I took it from his channel. I gave it to she's a psychologist in Georgia, of all, Dr. Laquanda Jefferson. It's titled More Umar Discussion. But it was originally on Lennon's channel, if you can find it there. But yeah, he says the darndest things. I'm not going to even go into anything else. Shocking.
I heard him say some weird predator-like comments talking about we'll have these little black boys running up in the school and playing tag and something at night, and he was saying some wild shit. I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, of course we'll have no predators here. I'm like, bro, the fact that you're engaging in these acts with these little kids at night on that's predatory acts. Like the whole thing he described was predatory, and I'm like, this is very, very bizarre. But the fact that he does not engage with other black intellectuals or other black folks that are working towards empowering and building black should be a massive red flag that he's really trying to scam folks. Like he's not really trying to get anything done. He's not looking out for really any real progression. He's trying to take advantage of a subsect of people and continuously do it.
I was going to say, I took different comments like that and I sent it to Medgar Evers University, and they went, they canceled his stuff. I probably wasn't the only one, but I sent it, and Umar was mad like maybe 5 days later, saying, "What the heck? What is wrong with you?" He was mad at Medgar Evers. But yeah, something is bad when you can just take some of the negatives. Something is bad when someone can just take the negative stuff you say and then forward it, and people are like, "Oh hell no."
Yeah, he was complaining about that. I remember he put out a video saying YouTubian struggle streamers sent letters to the campus and got me canceled and blah blah. I remember him putting out a video about that like a month ago or some shit. Yeah.
Well, Medgar Evers, that was actually, I believe, this April. I want to say April.
Well, yeah, my timelines are off. I haven't streamed in a month, so fuck my timelines. It's probably around that time. It's probably around that time. My timelines are a bit off. But you have any last words before I wrap up the stream?
I was going to say he might be complaining about it to this day, but I don't know. No, I don't really think so. I think I said everything.
All right, sir. If you ever want to call back in and have more discussions on various topics, feel free to hit the line when we go live. Shout out to you and everything that you provided on this stream, sir. Thank you.
All right.
All right. To be honest, I still needed to get into this whole breakdown. I have to get into this breakdown. I need to substantiate some facts and some figures, and I need to continue the Siobhan Stone Throat Goat interview where she breaks down and exposes a lot of things Umar related. So we'll be back with a stream. We'll be back Hopefully tonight. If not tonight, we'll be back tomorrow. Shout out to everybody that called in. Shout out to everybody that donated via Super Chat, Cash App, PayPal. I did not check the Cash App and PayPal. Hopefully I did not disrespect folks and forget about y'all. Let me see. Nope, we're good. Yep. Shout out to everybody that called in. Shout out to everybody that hit that like button. If you haven't already, hit it now.
Stick together.
Pause. And also hit that notification bell for upcoming uploads. Join the members. Yeah, man. We out. Yeah.